Hi everyone! With Halloween over and Thanksgiving right around the corner, I think it's safe to say the holidays are here. My name is Allison Casey, fellow AMFT at Embracing You Therapy. For many of us, Thanksgiving is a reason to come together with our loved ones and focus on the things we are thankful for in our lives. In some cases though, Thanksgiving has the makings of being a perfect storm for anxiety and discomfort. You may see people you haven't spent much time with or are nervous about fielding personal questions. You might feel an obligation to be social even with people you don't feel like you have anything in common with. So, for the purpose of this video, I'd like to focus on how to set boundaries during Thanksgiving. To start off, you are not alone if the Thanksgiving holiday is a source of stress and anxiety. There can be many triggers around this time. Healthy boundaries are limits that are placed that create a feeling of safety and respect. You can have boundaries about how much of your personal life you're comfortable sharing at work, boundaries about how you spend your time, boundaries about how and where you are comfortable with physical contact, and so much more. So how do we go about establishing these boundaries? Well, step one is to identify your needs. Identifying your needs means a couple of things and making a couple of specific considerations. It is about identifying how you want to be able to celebrate this holiday while also understanding what your limits are. Do you need more connection or do you need more alone time? Do you need to avoid certain conversations or people? Or do you ideally need more time with certain people? For limits, what nonverbal cues can you rely upon to affirm to yourself that you've reached a limit, are approaching discomfort, or need some help? So as you reflect, explore, and identify what your needs are, you can then move on to step two, which would be communicating your needs. Boundaries are only set once they are communicated. Without communication, a boundary is really just a wish or a hope. This step tends to be the most intimidating part for most people. Stating our needs and being firm on what our expectations are feels confrontational, which is often anxiety-provoking. This may be trickier for you if you were raised in an environment where your needs and boundaries were disrespected and or shut down. Depending on the situation, you may identify specific people to whom you are going to communicate with. For example, if you're going to your parents' house and you have a close relationship with your mother, you may advise your mother of specific boundaries that you have in place. This allows her to be prepared to support you if there is an incident at dinner, or to understand if you have to excuse yourself, or even if you find that you want to leave the dinner. So stay consistent as you communicate your needs. You do not owe anyone your discomfort, embarrassment, guilt, or shame just because the other person is nosy or just downright rude. Remember that we all have boundaries, whether we've taken the time to explore them or not. The last step is really being compassionate towards yourself and others. It's okay if setting a boundary is hard for you. This doesn't mean it always will be. Being kind to yourself as you find your way through this process. Most of our important boundaries are tied to something we feel very strongly about with our mental well-being or physical safety. It's also important to have some compassion for others as they learn to respect what your boundaries are. Remember, healthy boundaries are limits that are placed that create a feeling of safety and respect. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. You can also visit our website for more information at embracingyouTherapy.com.